Donor privacy and data retention is such a timely topic. The nonprofit sector was mostly untouched by hackers because they focused on these large corporations like banks and credit card companies. Unfortunately, not anymore. One of the biggest software providers to nonprofits was a victim of ransomware, I think back in 2018, and data was stolen from nonprofit databases. This is no longer a theoretical situation that we think might happen someday in the far future. It's happening today. Hackers are getting better at breaking through security walls and writing viruses that affect our sector. We need to protect our data and our donors. That's why you need a donor privacy and data retention policy. Now, I imagine that some of your organizational core values center on respect and stewardship of its stakeholders. This includes the populations you serve, of course, but it also includes donors. If this is a timely topic for your organization, we advise the following sections in your policy. First is access and security settings for your database. This is who can see what in the database, and actually people should really only be able to see and edit what is required to fulfill their job responsibilities. The second section is what information should be put into the database. So when I was a major gift officer, I used to imagine that when I would sit and write notes about a visit with a donor, that donor was standing right behind me, watching what I wrote. And that actually helped me keep it professional and appropriate and fact-based, and really more about the donor interest and funding priorities than anything personal that might embarrass the donor. The next section you need is how long will the organization keep information about donors? And this is a tricky subject because people tend to be information hoarders. They worry that one day they might need to reference this one piece of data, but in most cases that day never comes. So you should think about how long to keep information in your database, especially anecdotal information. Another important section for your policy is what you'll do in the event of a breach. Now, heaven forbid that your database gets breached, and it's really hard to come up with a plan when you're just under tremendous pressure. That's why you should think about it with a clear head and when you're not in the throes of dealing with the breach. Lastly is honoring anonymity. Your organization needs standards about how to handle anonymity of constituents and gifts. And this is just important for many donors, and you want to honor those requests. Now, your organization's attorney is going to want to review this policy before it goes to the board for approval. A sample donor privacy and data retention policy comes with your Databasey membership. So I urge you to check it out and adapt it for your organizational needs.